Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have generally noticed that when people are confronted with something which is subjective, something which is difficult to comprehend and relate, people would generally call it as a theory. Now, what is a theory? Okay, this word theory, you'll be surprised, has a connection with the word theater, okay? Or the origin of both theory and theater is the same. And theater is something where we go and see. Similarly, the theory is nothing else but the way you see it, okay? So, could Levin, a very well known philosopher, has said that look, there is nothing more practical than a sound theory. So, I also believe that look, all this theory is nothing else but it is condensed practice, okay? It's out of the practical only that the theories are arrived at, and hence all theories have their own relevance and have their own importance, okay? Now, when you talk about theory, people generally come with another word which they say, no, it is subjective, This is something what you're talking about is subjective, it is not objective, okay? And here also the word subjective is very interesting. You know why something is called subjective and what is the meaning of the word subjective? Subjective is it's something which needs knowledge of multiple subjects to understand it, okay? So if you say that, look, anything which is subjective, it needs knowledge of multiple subjects. With the knowledge of multiple subjects only you can understand subjectivity, okay? And hence subjectivity is difficult because everybody doesn't have that knowledge of multiple subjects, and hence people leave it at a point and say that look, it is subjective. Okay? I'm going to talk to you about a few very interesting simple principles of management, and these I generally keep quoting these principles. So the number one which I'm going to talk about is a Peter's principle, okay? Now this Peter's principle says that look, people reach to their level of incompetence as they grow up in the organization. So with every promotion, you keep inching closer to the level of incompetence, okay? Or to put it in another way, that if you are not groomed, developed for the higher level of responsibility, then that's the point when you're going to get exposed. So what could not be figured out or what could not be experienced and seen by the people when you were at a junior position, but as you move up in the hierarchy, you got to be careful, otherwise you will reach to your level of incompetence, okay? While interestingly, there is a Peter's vaccine also, and I think Peter's vaccine is nothing else but it talks about the type of learning and development and the other experiences which can be provided to an employee so that he doesn't reach to that level of incompetence and he's ready to take that higher level role with effectiveness and with confidence. So very interesting. People reach to their level of incompetence as they move up in the hierarchy, unless they have been groomed well by the organization, okay? And the number two principle which I'm going to talk about is people behave the way you expect them to behave. This is very interesting and I very strongly believe in this, okay? So if you have a subordinate whom you feel that look, this guy cannot deliver, okay? And then you somehow do a lip service by saying that look, no, I know that look, you're a great guy, you can do it. And you try to camouflage the inner feeling which is there with you, which is that look, you're not sure that well, this guy would be able to perform or not, okay? And take it from me that when you carry this for a long period of time for your subordinate, and forget about your subordinate, for your own child, okay? So the people behave, it's also called Pygmalion effect in psychology, that the people behave the way you expect them to behave. So be responsible in expecting from your subordinates, from your bosses, or from your own family folks, because your expectation is what is going to unfold into a reality, okay? So that's the number two interesting principle. Number three is that keep the monkey at its appropriate place. Now this is interesting. This is called the theory of monkey management, and it says that look, so keep the monkey at the right place and let the right person take care of the monkey the responsibility of feeding the monkey lies with the person who owns the monkey. Okay. Now here, the monkey is nothing else but the situation, the problem which is there in front of you, or I mean in the organization, and the right person has to own that. Okay. So you may be championing somebody else's problem, though it doesn't connect directly with your function. So in that situation, you're carrying somebody else's monkey on your shoulder. Okay. And there are people, okay, I've seen who have this habit of carrying somebody else's monkey on their shoulder. Okay. So they would carry their monkey and they would also carry somebody else's monkey, making it like the two monkey on the shoulders and making things difficult for them. Okay. And there are people who are smart enough and they would neither keep their monkey and nor they'll allow anybody else's monkey. On the contrary, they will put their monkey on somebody else's shoulder. Okay. So that is where the author says, or the person who propounded this theory says that, look, keep the monkey in the right place. And whosoever has a monkey, the responsibility of feeding the monkey, taking care of the monkey lies with that person. Okay. So Peter principles that as you grow up in the hierarchy, you reach to a level of incompetence. You don't keep the monkey in the wrong place. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. 3 simple principles. Think about it.